Hi friends, very good morning all of you. Welcome back to CAP classes. We are discussing partnership accounting. In that, second unit comprises three parts. They are 1. Amalgamation of partnership firms. Second one, sale of a partnership firm. Third one, conversion of a partnership firm into a company. In that, today in this particular video lecture, let us discuss about amalgamation of two partnership firms. As far as amalgamation accounting is concerned, it is something similar to amalgamation accounting what you have learnt in your chapter 5, that is amalgamation of companies. Almost it is same. Cancellation of intercompany transactions, cancellation of intercompany indebtedness, all these things remain same. But there will be a difference in calculation of goodwill. And also settlement of partners' capital accounts could be another concern. So today let us see how we do accounting for amalgamation of two partnership firms into a new partnership firm. We'll start with problem number 1. Okay, so illustration 1 on the screen, read it carefully. B and S are partners of S and company sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:1. So what is the firm? S and company. Who are partners? B and S. What is their partnership ratio, profit loss sharing ratio? 3:1. Then the second firm, S and T are partners of T and company sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:1. If you observe, there is a common partner. In first firm, S is a partner. In second firm also, S is a partner. Okay, then on 31st October 2011, they decided to amalgamate and form a new firm, Messrs. B, S, T and company, wherein B, S and T would be partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. This is the new ratio. Okay, so who are transferor firms? Transferor means the one who is selling the business. So S and company, T and company are transferors. Then B, S, T and company is the transferee. Okay, the balance sheets as on the date were as under. Liability side, S and company, T and company. Assets side, S and company, T and company. Due to X and company, 40,000. Now what is X and company? Don't get confused. This is a trap. X and company is some outside firm. No connection. It is not intercompany transaction. So S and company needs to pay 40,000 rupees to X and company. Why this is a trap? Come to the asset side. Due from X and company, 30,000 is there. That is in T and company. So this X and company is dealing with S and company and is dealing with the T and company separately. So you need not consider X and company as any separate party. It is just a liability. It is just an asset. So there is no adjustment for this. So X and company has to pay 40,000 to X and company. Then T and company has to receive 30,000 from X and company. They are two independent balances. There is no connection between these two. But due to S and company, in T books 50,000 is there. Come to the right hand side, on the asset side, due from T and company in S books 50,000 is there. So this 50,000 is intercompany indebtedness. That we will cancel by passing a journal entry, creditor account debit to debtor account. You understand? That we will cancel. This 50,000 will cancel. Then other creditors, outsiders, 60,000, 58,000, reserves, 25,000, 50,000. What will we do with the reserves? We'll transfer it to partners account. Who are the owners of reserves? Partners only, no? So they will get in their profit sharing ratio. Capitals, in first company, B 1,20,000, yes 80,000. In second company, that means second partnership firm, yes 1 lakh and T 50,000. Total 325, 308. Cash in hand, cash at bank. Due from T and company, market intercompany transaction. Due from X and company, market important, no connection with any of the other transactions. It is just an asset and a liability. X and company is an asset and a liability. That's all. Other debtors 80,000, 1 lakh. Stock 60,000, 70,000. Furniture 10,000, 30,000. Vehicles 80,000. Machinery 75,000. Building 25,000. So total 325, 308. The amalgamated firm took over the business on the following terms. Goodwill of S&T company was worth 60,000. So how much of the goodwill S&T company has? 60,000. And goodwill of T&D company is 50,000. Goodwill account was not to be opened in the books of new firm. When it is not to be opened in the books of new firm, what are we supposed to do? Raise the goodwill in old firm, write off in the new firm ratio. Raise the goodwill, increase, create the goodwill, distribute it to partners in their old ratio, write it off in the new ratio. How to do that? Don't worry, I will show you in a working note. So, goodwill account was not to be opened in the books of the new firm, the adjustments being recorded through capital accounts of the partners. So, we need to adjust capital accounts of the partners. So, this will be a very important working note. We'll do it. 2. Building machinery and vehicles were taken over at 50,000, 90,000 and 1 lakh respectively. Revaluation. It could be a revaluation profit or it could be revaluation loss. So what are they saying? Building is 50,000. Now look at the building. 25,000 in first company. So it will be 50,000 now. So there is a revaluation profit. Then machinery 90,000. So what is machinery here? 75,000. What is the revalued amount? 90,000. Revaluation profit 15,000. So in first company there is 40,000 revaluation profit. And vehicle 1 lakh. So vehicle is in second company. So 80,000 book value, 1 lakh market value. So 20,000 rupees is revaluation profit for the second company. Simple calculation. Then this revaluation profits and losses also are to be distributed to partners only. Then the third one, provision for bad debts to be carried forward at 4,000 in respect of S&T company, 5,000 in respect of T&D company. So what we do, revaluation profit we calculate, subtract provision for bad debts, net revaluation profit, that is realization profit also, that will be distributed to partners in their profit sharing ratio. That's all. You are required to A. Compute the adjustments necessary for goodwill. We will do it. 2. Pass the journal entries in the books of BST and company. Transferee books. Transferee. Assuming that excess or deficit capital, taking T's capital as the base, underline. So T's capital should be the base. So in the new company they said 3:2:1 ratio. So T's capital balance whatever is there, that is equal to 1 portion. Then you will calculate remaining 2 partners proportionate capital. Excess or deficit capital will be transferred to current account. With reference to share in profits are to be transferred to current accounts. In some problems what they do, in some problems they'll tell you the partners to bring necessary cash or to take surplus cash in their capital accounts. Then you will write to cash. Because they said transfer to current account, we'll transfer it to current account. So what is that? Just try to understand. Try to understand. My capital in the old firm, my capital, reserves, revaluation profits and losses, goodwill adjustments, all the things put together in my old firm books, 100 rupees is there, 100 rupees. Okay, in the new firm, my capital is going to be 125 rupees. Why? Because I have taken T's capital as the base and I recalculated how much my capital should be. It came to 125. So my old capital is 100, new capital is 125. I need to bring another 25. If it is cash, I will bring in cash. If it is current account, I will write this 25 rupees to current account. That's all. So A, how much I have. B, how much I should have. How much I have in old book. How much I should have in new book. The difference either I will bring or I will take. Simple. So if it is given in the question that excess or deficit should be brought or should be taken in cash, then we'll write it to cash. In this problem, they said current account, so we'll put it in current account. Simple calculations. So read these 3 points carefully once again. There are 3 points given at the end of the table. Read the 3 very carefully. Then we'll start doing this. Very important problem. Okay, shall we do it? So put the heading problem number 1. Let me open one Excel. So write down problem number 1, under that working note 1. Problem number 1, working note 1, calculation of closing capital of partners. What is this? Calculation of closing capitals of partners. Okay. Then first we'll do for S and company. First we'll do for S and company. Okay. Who are the partners? There are two partners, right? So there are two partners. Mr. In S and company, who are the partners? In S and company, B and S. So we'll write Mr. B, Mr. S. Okay. So first give their capitals to them, whatever the capitals they have. Here we write S and company. Okay. Capital as per balance sheet. So go to the problem. In the first company, what are their capitals? Can I write 1,20,000 and 80,000? Yes. 1,20,000, 80,000. Then reserves as per balance sheet. So what are the reserves? Total reserves is 25,000, and in S and company profit sharing ratio is 3:1. So 25,000 here. 25,000 in 3:1. So distribute 25,000 in 3:1. 25,000 divided by 4 into 3. 18,750. So for the other guy it should be 6,250. Okay. Then revaluation profits or losses. Okay. So revaluation profits or losses. Now look here, in the first company, machinery 75,000, agreed value of machinery is 90,000. So profit on revaluation of machinery. So can I say 15,000? So 75,000 has become 90,000. Then building 25,000 has become 50,000. Profit on revaluation of building 25,000. Then provision for bad debt is there in the question. Provision for bad debt 4,000 for first company less provision for bad debts minus 4,000. So total revaluation profit. Total revaluation profit. So can I say it is this three put together, 36,000. So this 36,000 should be distributed in 3:1 ratio. So 36,000 divided by 4 into 3. So first guy will get 27,000. Second guy will get 9,000. So closing capitals of partners. So add these three numbers. 1,65,750, and for the other guy 95,250. Okay. So this is our working note 1. You understand this? All of you copy this. Closing capital of partners. So similarly we need to do for second firm also. The working note what we have done for first firm, we need to do the same for second firm also. So in the second firm it will be T and company. Working note 2. So second firm is T and company. Okay, same thing we do. Particulars. Then what are the names of partners? In the second firm T and company there are S and T in 2:1 ratio. S, T in 2:1 ratio. So capital as per balance sheet. So take the capitals as it is. It is 1,50,000. Correct? 1,50,000. Reserves as per balance sheet. So what are the reserves? Reserves are 50,000 in the ratio 2:1. So reserves 50,000 in 2:1. So is it 33,333? 16,667? So check the calculations. Are they correct? Then revaluation profit or loss. Revaluation profit or loss. So here they have vehicles 80,000, but vehicles are taken for 1 lakh. So revaluation profit 20,000. Profit on revaluation of vehicles 20,000. Then less provision for bad debts 5,000. Net revaluation profit. So it is this amount. So 15,000 should be apportioned in 2:1 ratio. So calculate 15,000 in 2:1 ratio. Isn't it 10,000, 5,000? Profit. So total closing capitals. Closing capitals of partners. So add all these numbers. You will get 1,43,333 and the other guy 71,667. That's all. Okay. So this is our working note 1 and working note 2. Copy this. Then we do goodwill calculation. You are done with this? Once you are done, next heading, goodwill. Adjustment for rising and writing off of goodwill. This is our part 1. In the question there are 2 parts. One is they're asking you goodwill accounting. Second one is journal entries. Okay, that journal entries we'll see later. Adjustment for rising and writing off of goodwill. Okay, this is a very interesting calculation. Okay, so how we do is, here we show partner. Okay, here name of the partner. Okay, so we take first firm, old firm, goodwill. So here what we do is partner. So there is S and company, there is a T and company, and there is total. Okay, now how many partners are there? There are 3 partners, Mr. B, Mr. S and Mr. T. Correct? Now what is the agreed amounts of goodwill? Can you tell me? So look at the problem. Goodwill of S and company is 60,000. So here I am writing total. So S and company goodwill is 60,000. Goodwill of T and company is 50,000. Here 50,000. So obviously total is 1,10,000. So S and company goodwill 60,000 should be shared between S and company partners in their profit sharing ratio. No? So in S and company, who are the partners? B and S. What is the ratio? B and S in the ratio 3:1. So this is B and S 3:1. So distribute 60,000 to B and S in 3:1 ratio. So will it be 45,000? 15,000? Is it right? Then in the next company, in T and company, who are the partners? S and T in 2:1. S and T in 2:1. So 50,000 distributed in 2:1. Is it 33,333? No, that is to S. You need to put it here. For T it is one portion, 16,667. Okay, now partner wise capital. So first guy 45,000, second guy 48,333, third guy 16,667. So what these numbers are? Can you tell me what these numbers are? Simple. Old firms are selling the business. So if I am partner of old firm, I will enjoy goodwill now. This will be credited to my capital account now. So old firm partners will enjoy credit towards their share of goodwill. Simple. I am selling my business. My capital is 100 rupees. My goodwill is 50 rupees. Total you have to give 150 rupees to me. You understand? So we are taking credit for old partner, share of goodwill. But new firm is not taking goodwill. So you should not record goodwill in the new firm books. So in the new firm ratio, you need to write it off. So we raise in old books, and in the ratio of new firm, we will write off the goodwill. Okay. So write off in new firm ratio. Write off in new ratio. What is this new ratio? Here I am writing B, S and T in 3:2:1. Simple. For your easy understanding, I am writing this narration also below. So total 1,10,000. Total 1,10,000. This 1,10,000, you tell me how will it be enjoyed by the new partners? 3:2:1. So take calculator. 1,10,000 divided by 3:2:1 means 3 plus 2 plus 1, total 6 ratios divided by 6 into 3. So first guy will get 54,999. So 55,000. Second guy will get 2 portions. So 36,667. Third guy will get 1 portion, 18,333. Safe side, check whether all these 3 numbers put together you are getting the same number or no. 1,10,000, correct. So we raised goodwill in these ratios, which is credit, and we are writing off in this ratio, which is debit. So adjustment. What is the adjustment? Now try to understand what it is. Okay, B has 45,000 goodwill in the old firm, but B will enjoy 55,000 goodwill in the new firm. So that means if at all cash he is bringing, he has to bring extra 10,000 cash. Because he is not bringing cash, he will have 10,000 debit. Simple. There are 2 ways of understanding this problem. Okay, one is purely go by mathematics. Close your mind, close your eyes. 45,000 credit, 55,000 debit. That means 10,000 debit. This is one way of understanding. Logical way of understanding is there is one partner who has 45,000 rupees worth goodwill in his account in the old firm. In the new firm, he will enjoy 55,000 worth goodwill. So he has to bring 10,000 cash. If he is not bringing 10,000 cash, his account should be debited with the 10,000. Then what about the second guy? Second guy, 48,333 credit, then 33,667 debit. So he will have 11,666 excess credit. That means in old books, you were enjoying goodwill of 48,333. But in new books, you are getting only 36,667 goodwill. So the other partners have to pay cash to you. If they are not paying in cash, your credit balances will increase. Simple logic. Then the third guy, 1666 negativity showing. That means debit. Debit. Now what will be the journal entry? If you know how to write the journal entry, B's capital account debit 10,000, T's capital account debit 1,666 to S capital account 11,666. That's all. This is adjustment for goodwill. Since goodwill is not recorded in the new firm's books. Since goodwill is not, hello, I don't need your help. Thank you. Get lost. So since goodwill is not recorded in the new firm's books, and it is said clearly in the problem that the partner's capital accounts are to be adjusted towards goodwill. What are we supposed to do? We need to, therefore, raise goodwill in old ratios and write off goodwill in new ratios and check the partners' balances. Then pass journal entry for adjustment. So then you will pass the journal entry, B's capital account debit. What is the debit in his account? 10,000. T's capital account debit. What is the amount? 1666 to S's capital account. Credit 11666. That's it. If you understand this, 90% of problem is over. Simple, right? So, summary. This is very important for you to understand what we are doing. This is very, very, very important. Okay, now, there can be three options. Okay, first option is new firm is writing goodwill. Then you don't need to do anything. Up to this you have to do pass journal entry for this. B's account will be credited with 45, S account will be credited with 48,333, T account will be credited with 16,667. This will be option 1. So option 1. If new firm is recording goodwill. If new firm is recording goodwill, then what will happen? Goodwill account debit 1,10,000 will be there in the books of new firm. To B's capital, to S capital, to T's capital. So what are the credits as per our working note? 45,000, 48,333, 16,667. Khatam. Journal entry is over. This is when you are recording goodwill in the new firm. Correct. Option 2. If new firm is not recording goodwill. Okay. Then alternative 1. There is no alternative 1 and 2 actually. Either partners have to bring cash, take cash, or you will adjust their, see, it is something like this. I need to give 10 rupees to you. You need to give 4 rupees to me. Okay. Don't you think in the settlement we will knock it off? Either you bring cash, I bring cash, I will pay, 4 rupees to you, you pay 10 rupees to me. Or 6 rupees. Simple. So, we will not write alternative 1 and 2. Accounting, I will tell you what to do. Step 1. Raise goodwill in old firms books in old profit sharing ratio. Step 2. Write off goodwill in new profit sharing ratio. Step 3. Debit or credit in partners' capital accounts as per step 1 and 2 represents adjustment. Pass journal entry for step 3. That's it. You understand? That is what this journal entry is. Then you will get this journal entry. That's all. Can there be a better understanding of this category of problems more than this? No, this is the only way, or probably this is the best way. Are we done? So in this problem they have given option 2, so we have done option 2. In another problem they might ask option 1, then we'll do the above. Got it? So our part 1 is over. In the problem, part 1, compute the adjustment necessary for goodwill. Beta ho gaya. To pass journal entries in the books of BST, assuming that excess or deficit capital, taking T's capital as base, with reference to share in profits, are to be transferred to current accounts. Put the heading, working note. Calculation of capital in the new firm and transfer of balance to current account, taking T's capital as the basis as given. Okay, put the heading. Easy calculations these are. Okay, so we'll write particulars. B, S, T. 3 people are there. Okay. Closing capitals as above. So what is closing capital of B? Closing capital of B, 1,65,750. 1,65,750. B will get capital only from one company, but S will get from 2 companies, no? So for S it is 95,250 plus 143,333. 95,250 plus 143,333. Take the calculator, add it and put it here. That is equal to 238,583. Okay. Then what about T from second calculation? 71,667. 71,667. Okay. This is closing capitals before passing goodwill adjustment. Now goodwill adjustment. Okay. So goodwill adjustment for B, debit 10,000 minus 10,000. For S, it is plus 11,666. I am passing just the above journal entry. Minus 1,667. Minus 166. You can write 6 or you can write 7 also. Better write 7. Round figure, no? Otherwise 1 rupee difference will come. So net closing capitals in old books. So 155,750. Here it is this. For this guy it is, add this to 250, 249. 250 here 7 rupees likho. So we are passing 1,667. 11,667. Okay, now. So look here how to make the adjustment. So total capital how much? 4,76,000. Correct? No, not this. I'm sorry. So T is the base, no, not total. T is the base. 70,000. So ratio in the new firm, 3 portions, 2 portion, 1 portion. Correct? So now what we are calculating is, look here carefully, what we are calculating is T's capital in the new firm is 70,000. T's capital in the new firm is 70,000. T's profit ratio is 1/6. Is 1/6. I am putting a dot because I don't want it to be date. So T's ratio is 1/6. So total capital of the firm For 1/6 if it is 70,000, total should be 70,000 into 6, no? 4,20,000. So total capital of the firm how much? 4,20,000. So B's capital 4,20,000 into 3/6. Then S's capital 4,20,000 into 2/6. So calculate 4,20,000 into 3/6. Must be half, no? So it must be 2,10,000 for him. For this guy, 4,20,000 divided by 6 into 2. It is 1,40,000 for him. Okay. So capitals in new firm. Capitals in new firm. 210, 140, 70. 210, 140, 70. So balance adjusted to current account of partners. Sometimes in the problem they might have told you that the partners need to bring cash or to take excess cash in their capital account. Then we'll give effect to cash. Otherwise, we'll adjust that in current account. You understand? Sometimes it can be adjusted towards partners' capital accounts also, like how we have done Goodwill, no? 2 accounts debit, 1 account credit, like that also it is possible. Okay, so balance adjusted to current account. Now try to understand. My capital is, in old firm my capital is 1,55,750. In new firm my capital is 2,10,000. So what should I do? I should bring cash. But here I am not bringing cash, I am writing it in current account. So 1,55,750 minus 2,10,000, 54,250 deficit. Either cash is to be, pooled in, or if you are not bringing cash, this will show debit balance in your current account. Okay, second guy, already you have 250 in your account, but you need only 1,40,000. So you have excess 1,10,250. Either you take cash or this will show as credit balance in your account. Third account will not show anything. Why? Because his balance is the basis, no? So his account will not show any debit or credit balance. That's all. You understand? Now we need to pass journal entries. So put the heading in the books of BST and Co. In the books of part 2. This is part 2. Journal entries. Particulars, debit, credit. Okay, easy journal entries. Particulars, debit, credit. Okay, so first journal entry we write for taking over the assets and liabilities of first firm. Okay, so take your problem, go to your problem. So first firm, all the assets, cash in hand, cash at bank, due from T and company, due, then other debtors, stock, furniture, vehicles are not there. Machinery, hold on, revalued amount. Building, hold on, revalued amount. So you need to write all the things. Okay, so cash account debit, bank account debit. Write down the journal entry. First journal entry, cash account debit. Cash in hand how much? 10,000, 15,000. Then due from T and company 50,000. All these are debits. T and company debit. Then what next? Other debtors 80,000. Other debtors 80,000. Then stock is there 60,000. Stock debit 60,000. Then furniture debit 10,000. Write debits here also. Then vehicles are not there in this books. Machinery 90,000. Then write building 50,000. Okay, just check the balances. Total 3,65,000, in the books 325 plus 40,000 revaluation profit. Correct. Super. 2. Provision for bad debts 4,000. Now take all the liabilities. What are the liabilities? Okay, Exent company 40,000 is there. This will cancel later. No, not Exent company. The other company will cancel it. Then other creditors 60,000. 60,000. Okay, any other credits we have? Other creditors. Reserves will not take, capitals will not take, but closing capitals already we have calculated, no? So closing capitals we have calculated here. Now check this. 165,750 for B, 92,250 for S. 165,750. 165,750. 165,750. Okay, this is for first guy. What is the name of first guy? B. Then yes, 95,250. 95,250. So this is to B's capital account. To S's capital account. Okay, now add all these numbers. 3,65,000. Yay! Being incorporation of all assets and liabilities taken over from S and company and closing capitals of partners recognized in new firm books. In new firm books only for your understanding, okay? New firm books will not write in new firm books because this is only my books, no? Only for academic purpose, for your understanding, everything. Same journal entry, as it is same journal entry, we'll pass for second company also. Okay? So, cash in hand, cash at bank. So we'll copy the same journal entry. We'll see whatever is relevant, we'll write. Whatever is not relevant, we'll delete. Okay. So cash 5,000. Cash will write 5,000. Debit. Bank will write 20,000. Okay. Then third one is T and company is not there. X and company 30,000. This is X and company 30,000. X and company 30,000. Then what else is there? Other debtors 1 lakh. Then do we have stock? Hanji 70,000. Stock 70,000. Then furniture 3,000. We don't have machinery, we don't have buildings, we have vehicles. How much? Book value 80,000, but market value agreed 1 lakh. That's all. To provision for bad debts agreed 5,000. What other liabilities we have? Provision for bad debt. After that, take the liabilities in T and company. S and company 50,000 is there. S and company to S and company. How much it is? S and company 50,000 is there. Other creditors 58,000. Oh, hold on. Okay. Now, what are the closing capitals of S and T? First guy is S, second guy is T. So look at here. Working note. S closing capital how much? S closing capital 143333. 143333. What is T's closing capital? 71667. Now check whether your debits and credits got tallied. If your planetary position is good, it will tally 3,28,000. Oh my God, 3,28,000. Correct. Same narration, being incorporation of all the assets and liabilities taken over from the old firm T and Company and closing partners' capitals recognized. That's all. Now adjusting entries will pass. Okay, you are done with this. Shall we go to third journal entry? So first journal entry is for taking over first company. Second journal entry is for taking over second company. Third journal entry will be goodwill adjustment entry. Already we have passed in the working note itself. But properly we will write this journal entry here. Being adjustment for goodwill. This is third journal entry 3. Right now. B's capital account debit 10,000. T's capital account debit 1667. To S capital account 11,667. Okay. Being adjustment towards goodwill through partners accounts, as it is agreed not to show goodwill in new firm books. That's all. That means old books I increased old books I raised goodwill. In the new ratio I have cancelled it and I passed the adjustment entry. That's all. Then intercompany indebtedness calculation is there. So look here. Due to T and Company 50,000. Due from T and Company 50,000. Due to S and Company 50,000. This is to be cancelled. Okay. S and Company account debit to T and Company. This is nothing but creditor account debit to debtor account. Okay, how much it is? 50,000. 50,000. In your books, if you have written creditors and debtors, I would have cancelled creditors and debtors. But in the old books, they have written these names and I have incorporated these people. So I am writing of the same thing. It is nothing but creditor account debit to debtor account. It is nothing but creditor account debit to debtor account. Ho gaya? Then is there any closing ceremony? Yes. We need to pass journal entries for this closing ceremony. So this too. Balance adjusted towards current accounts is there, no? This will be our last journal entry. So B will have 54,250 debit balance in his current account. Okay. So what is the journal entry? B's current account. B's current account debit. How much it is? 54,250. 54,250. To B's capital account. $54,250. If they are bringing cash, I would have written cash account debit to B's capital account. Okay, and the other guy, for yes, it is reverse because he has excess. So for him it will be S's capital account debit to S's current account. Third guy account is not affected because he is the basis for calculation. 110,250. 110,250. Being excess in capital account transferred to current account. You can write down the journal entry. Being here also we'll write the same. Being debit balance, or you can write deficit also in capital account transferred to current account. So in the new books, B's current account will show debit of 54,250. Yes, current account will show credit of 1,10,250. That is all. So with this problem is over. Note this as very important model. Okay, repeatedly asked in the exam. And problem number 1 in study material, problem number 3 as it is. Copy paste same. But problem number 3 is easier because here we are writing journal entries also. I think in problem number 3 you don't need to write journal entries. It is simple calculation. Okay, so you practice with that problem. Problem number 1, which has detailed workings. I have shown you everything. I hope you understand this. If you have any doubts, you can call me or contact me any day. Okay.